Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and if you're new here you're really welcome and it's lovely to meet you. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is holding the camera. We're British early retirees, debt and mortgage free, and living a thrifty, frugal and money saving life on a super tight budget here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Friday we bring you something food related. It could be a shopping haul, it could be some meal prep, meal planning, or it could be something that I've cooked or something that I've made. And today I'm going to show you how the whole process of how I make sweet pickled beetroot. And I'll show you at the end of it how we serve it too. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button and let's get cooking. Run through my ingredients and my equipment for making my sweet pickled beetroots. Start off with, of course, my beetroots. They're straight out of someone's garden. They've been given to me. They've been organically grown. And what you do is you just twist the tops off and you don't cut them. You just wash them, and these will be boiled in my big pan for 1 hour. Then I've got my vinegar. I've got 6% vinegar here. This has been coloured with caramel for some reason. The clear vinegar was 10%, which I thought would make it a very strong pickle, and 6% is my preferred. I've got soft brown sugar. You can use a demerara sugar maybe if that's what you've got, or you've taken your white sugar and you've made it into brown sugar, either with treacle or with molasses. But if you can, it's better with soft brown sugar. If you can just buy pickling spices, just buy pickling spices. But I use mustard grains, and I've just about got enough in there. And I've got coriander seeds. So that is basically everything that's going to go in there. And then I've got my jars. I've invested in some Le Parfait jars. These work out about €2.50. You're supposed to use the rubber seals once, but I've had a lot of people say to me, if they are not damaged, you can use them maybe once more. Don't use them over and over again, because you pull them and stretch them. I've also got some jars here which I've got from when I bought potatoes. And these jars, if I was to, don't bang them when you open them, just make sure you open them properly. And then the seals, you can see on this, the seals are completely intact, there's nothing wrong with them. So if I need any more than the jars I've got, I will use some of these as well. So I'm going to get washing my beetroot, and then I will make sure that they get cooked for 1 hour. So just before I set my beetroot to cook, I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of, and I've got here, sea salt. And for each kilo, you'd add 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm now going to set this cooking for 1 hour. Next, I am going to prepare my jars. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to boil the seals for 10 minutes. I will wash all of my jars. I will boil my lids as well. I'll wash all my jars, rinse them all, and then I'll put them on a baking tray and put them in an oven at 100 degrees centigrade so they are completely cooked through and sterile. this is my pickling mix. I have in here 375 grams of soft brown sugar and 1.5 litres, which is 1,500 millilitres of vinegar, and then I have 2 tablespoons of each of the coriander seeds and the mustard seeds. If you're watching this from the UK, you will just buy spiced malt vinegar or pickling vinegar, and you would just add the sugar. However, lots of people in the UK make this without sugar, but I'm going to enjoy this. I'm really looking forward to having sweet pickled beetroot. I'll just let this come to the boil and I'll just leave it to simmer. Here is the finished sweet pickled beetroot, and you're going to be wondering, maybe you might be wondering, how this preserves itself. Well, first of all, it's vinegar and sugar, and they are preservatives. They will stop it going off because of the acid levels. Secondly, these were hot packed, so the jars were 100 degrees and the liquid that went in was 100 degrees. And when it cools, it creates a vacuum. And what we do to test our jars with all of them is we know they are sealed. So these are all fine. They're not good to eat for a couple of weeks. So after 2 weeks, they will be pickled and much, much better to eat. But I've got 6 jars of pickled beetroot. I'm really happy with these. We will eat these with cheese, with bread, with cold meat or with salad, and it's great to use up the garden produce that I was given. And like I said, I'm really happy with this pickled beetroot. Here's what I made earlier. I made this about a month ago, so here's some pickled beetroot I made before. And I'm going to make some lunch. Mike's got some clunières, which is kind of like a brie. He's got some crusty bread and some salad and some tomatoes. And I'm just going to have the salad. So let's make lunch. And there it is, sweet pickled beetroot, and Mike has his in crusty bread with salad and brie and tomatoes, and I have a beetroot and brie salad, and I've just dressed it with a little olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and there's plenty more left in the jar. It keeps open in the fridge for a couple of weeks. It's absolutely fine. And once I've preserved it and it's sealed, it will stay in the cupboard in the vinegar up to a year. It's absolutely fine, but it won't last that long. It's lovely to have some locally grown beetroot in the winter, and we particularly love it with cheese or cold meat, or just like we're having it now, with some salad. Well, it's lunchtime here and I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you everyone for watching the video today. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for all your comments, and we read every single one. Thank you to all subscribers, old and new, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.